I experienced with the most transformation of 2024 was realizing that I did not have to take on all of this to make it to my dream life. I didn't have to jump to 10 steps ahead. That it would truly benefit me more if I took what I had in front of me, where I currently was, assessed my current strengths, weaknesses, where I am in life, and took it one step at a time. I'm talking atomic habit style. It takes small steps, simple steps, things that are feasible, and that is the bridge that gaps you from the you that you are today and the you that you want to be in the future. So stay tuned if you would like to know 5 fabulous, simple steps that allow you to become a better version of yourself, to become the best version of yourself today. Things that are feasible, actionable, real, to shift up your mind, your life, your frequency, your energy. They always say the hardest part is getting started. This is stuff that makes getting started easy, not hard. You have opportunities to experience joy each and every day. Now, how do you expect to attain a life that is joyous and happy if you are passing up those opportunities to experience it in the now? Every day there is something to be joyous, happy, celebrate. There's something to be grateful about every day. So if you're not celebrating those wins, if you're not cherishing time with your friends and your family and your loved ones, finding a reason to smile every day, even if you're out in public and this child is having so much zest or joy for life and their laugh is just infectious, and just honing in to that and paying attention to that. If you're walking around like a grumpy old man, then you're just going to bring more things into your life to be grumpy about. You can't just be sitting here hoping and wishing for things to be good, for you to be happy, for you to be joyous, when you have an opportunity every day to find something that is the highlight and you pass it up. You're not even building the vision or the eye to recognize what is good, to experience that feeling of feeling good, of feeling happy, of feeling joy. Think about it. On those days where you just woke up on the wrong foot of the bed and it's like somebody pissed in your Cheerios and it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't get a break. It's not a coincidence that every time you have that and you just don't have the bandwidth to take things in and experience small inconveniences, it's because you're attracting more and more of that. It's not because the world is out to get you, or that you're any less blessed, or you're any less significant of a human being, or you're any less deserving that day. It is just what you happen to have your attention on. I'm telling you that it's okay to have days like that. We all do, but just make an effort to find those things to hone into that brings you joy, that makes you happy. Recognize the good, live in joy, cheers, celebrate, sometimes have good conversations. Yes, I understand. Sometimes it's just petrifying to really think about the state of the world, but 2 things can absolutely be true, and we can be living in a world of malice and bad things happening every day, but we can also relish in and find joy in small things that happen to us every day. Morning routine. Now, this can go hand in hand with a morning or evening routine. You need to start your days off intentionally. Even better for you if you end your days off intentionally. Be intentional with how you start and end your days. Be intentional with how you start and end your days. The beauty of this is there's so many ways that you can go around it. It doesn't need to look a specific way. You don't need to wake up 5 in the morning. It doesn't have to be this whole elaborate scheme and plan. Like you are just climbing a mountain every morning, running 5 miles. No. Whatever speaks to you, calls to you, that you need, whatever you gravitate towards, whether it's your coffee, whether it's spending time with your family, whether it's cuddling with your pet, whether it's a shower. That's my jam. I love my showers. In the morning, in the evening. My morning shower is really what I use to energize me, wash the night away, to gather my thoughts and tap into how I feel. Recently, I've started implementing a cold shower, and y'all, that is game changing. I totally get it. And the beautiful thing is though, no, you don't have to do something grand or elaborate. Like I said, your whole shower does not have to be an ice cold shower. 30 seconds is all it takes. You can take your warm shower and towards the end, bump down the water and just sit in there, and you still get the benefits. You still get the long list of benefits. All it takes is 30 seconds. You instantly feel revitalized. I feel like I think clearer. It's just, I mean, I've only been doing it for a week or 2, but in the beginning I used to scream In the beginning, I was like screaming, but now I'm just like, and I love it. And something about like having the cold water on your head, I just love to have the cold water coming through my head. It does something. I don't know how to explain it, but try it for a week. Hear me out. Try it for a week and you might get it. That's to give you a specific example, but whatever your bread and butter and jam is, figure that out and just be intentional and cut out that 10, 15, 30-minute time frame before you get up, before you get ready for work, before you do the things that you have to do. Take the time for you. The best analogy that I can give you is imagine living with a partner, family, a mom, a child, whatever, and they just get up and they get through their day and they start their day and they don't acknowledge you, they don't say anything to you. Now, I'm sure people out there live that way. I don't know if it's how I was raised, but I would take that very offensively if we are living together and you're just starting your day and we're supposed to be cool and we're supposed to be homies and you're not speaking to me. You're coming and you're just coming through and you're not acknowledging me. You're not asking me how my day is. You're no good morning. Excuse me. I'm like, are we cool? Are we good? Like, are we enemies living in this house? The same should apply to you. If you just start your day and just rip off the band-aid and just raw doggy hit and you're showing up for everyone else but yourself, how is that supposed to feel? Up next would be to tackle your small daily wins. As an adult, we have no choice but to have daily responsibilities, things that we can't help but to have to do every day. We need to be getting active daily, or we need to be praying daily, or we need to be cleaning daily, taking our dogs out for walks, cleaning our kitties' litter box. There are things that you find that you need to do to function, responsibilities that you just cannot ignore. Making your bed, feeding yourself, paying your bills, the things that you cannot avoid, go ahead and get those out of the way. Some of the most important tasks only take 5 minutes a day, something quick, something simple. Find a way to give your brain that healthy dopamine right off the bat. Like, so after you have tended to yourself and you've tapped in and you're a little self-aware about what you possess, where you are at today, you can jump straight into what it is that you need to be responsible for. Get it out of the way so it doesn't feel like a thing that's just kind of on your shoulders and hanging on throughout the rest of the day. Something that you might potentially not do if you continue to procrastinate enough. It's just a win-win situation for yourself and your brain if you get it out of the way. And that leads us right into reflection, mindfulness, building a relationship with yourself, checking in. How are you doing? What don't you like? How have you been feeling today? How was your day today? What are things that you're grateful for today? What are things that you need to work on today? It could look different each and every day, each and every week. It's not even necessarily something that you need to turn into a daily practice. More so importance on getting better at it. If you're someone who is not aware and not really reflective, which I totally get. I've walked around here like a numb vessel where I've been so wrapped up in my everyday woes and troubles and anxieties and depressions and just being so dissatisfied with how things were going on in my everyday life that I literally felt numb. And even when I try to tap in and be in a space where I'm observing how I feel and why I feel that way, I couldn't tap into that place because I was so far removed to feeling and being present. There's such thing as being so disconnected where you can't just do this kind of things, but how you exercise that and get better at that is by taking in the small things, asking yourself small questions, writing whatever you may think that comes to your mind, jotting it down in your notes. Some people prefer to write down on physical paper. Some people prefer to write down on their phone or electronically. Whatever jam is for you, it is valid. Whatever works for you. I do think there is something special about ink and pen to the paper. It just makes it so real. But if that's not what resonates or gels with you the most, or how your way of getting started looks, then that is a-okay. No matter where you are, it's the moment to reflect, to take in, to write down your inspirations, to write down your thoughts. If you're feeling like you really are having an epiphany, take the time, if you can, to pull over, to hit record on your video. That's another way to do it, is just record your inner dialogue, your thoughts. Like, start to build a relationship with you. You don't always have to output and give to people and just pour out and out. Sometimes it's something that you can do and build with yourself. And I think that reflection is just something that's largely underrated. And I know that I would not be here where I am today without doing so. I was forced to reflect about my inner thoughts and my inner dialogue from a really young age, because there were so many times that I felt isolated. So even if you are used to having a huge support system of people that you can talk to, where it feels like they don't judge you, or it feels like they have the right things to say, it is really important to still go ahead and build that with yourself. We do have all of the answers within. We do have that inner compass. We are able to tap into this inner wisdom that no one out there can give us the answers to. And lastly but not least, it kind of piggybacks off of the last concept, but it is to remind yourself of where you are going. Now, this can come in forms of visualization, scripting, or it can just be as simple as when you feel inspired to or struck to, write down exactly where you're going. If you don't have it written down, what you see for yourself, that is something that needs to change. And it's not that you need to change it right now, but start to open yourself up and ask yourself, okay, where is it that I see myself? What is it that I want myself for? Ask for and be open to a burst of inspiration or a burst of insight that allows you to have an intuitive insight or feeling of exactly where it is that you want to end. Write that down, whether again it is virtually or on pen and paper, and have that be something that you refer to regularly. It doesn't have to be every day. It's not that you need to overnight make this a habit, but maybe when you are feeling doubt in yourself, maybe if you're feeling jealousy of your neighbor, where you're just like, oh my goodness, am I ever gonna get it? Am I ever really worthy? When you start to have all that inner chatter, maybe it's something that you can refer to a step further. If you can record this thing that you have written down and have it be something that you play in a loop while you're getting ready, so that it doesn't have to be as conscious, because it is a journey, and it's, for most of us, not somewhere that we get overnight. And even if in the physical it looks like we got there overnight, there's still a lot of internal work that needs to be done for us to maintain that, for us to not lose that, for us to not to be presented with the next issue at hand. This journey is absolutely not linear, and it's something that we need to hone into, but there is just something so comforting as a message to yourself, if you can beat that. And something that I did and something that I do is use ChatGPT as a tool regularly. I even have a video up on that, but just using ChatGPT as a tool and just inputting my goals, and I had it write a letter to myself from my future self. Now, I will admit this is not as better as if you're able to tap into a spiritual space where you're just connected with your higher power, your higher self, and you're able to just word vomit, spill out exactly where you see yourself. That's step one, what I would recommend. But if you're having issues with that and you're needing some inspiration or motivation or something to articulate those words a little better than you can, I absolutely recommend you to use ChatGPT with that. Again, tweaking it, making it into your own words after it has generated something for you, but you can go ahead and use that as a prompt and have ChatGPT write yourself a letter from your future self, and you will find that it somehow knows just the right things to say. So there are so many tools that we can use for support. There are so many small steps that we can take to improve ourselves and become better. And these are just 5 that I share with you today. Things that I have actually applied throughout the year, throughout my life, that really do make difference. I'm really glad that this was a year that I started by taking baby steps, by realizing, hey, there's no point in getting myself so overwhelmed and getting so ahead of myself and worrying about things that I don't even have today. I need to find a balance of being excited and faithful and motivated and ambitious in my future, but still enjoying and appreciating and relishing in what I have today. It's a back and forth. It's like a balance that you really need to tap into. I hope so much that these are habits that could help you here today. When you keep things small, simple, and feasible, there's no need to start tomorrow. If any of these just made you excited or felt like it's something that you could do today, go ahead and jump right into it today. If you made it thus far, please share in the comment what chapter of life that you are walking into today. I would like to know that in the comment section down below. And thank you again so much for joining me. I will see you very, very, very soon. Until next time.